little bit. All right, well, welcome back or welcome to just a quick summary of what the Pathways to HR Director program is, brought to you by UCLA School of Law's Executive Education Department. I'm the Director of Executive Education, Jeremy Chan Krauscher. Really excited to discuss how you can pave your way to HR Director through UCLA School of Law. Let's get into what to expect with this program. Everything will be covered here. And so it's a 6 month program, but if you look at the dates, it's a little bit more closer to 5 months, but it spans over 6 months. It begins, we'll go into the dates in a second, but it begins in the beginning of March and goes to the beginning of August. It is focused on developing HR professionals' knowledge, skills, and connections needed to advance a career toward HR directors. And if you're already in an HR director type role, we still think it's really valuable. We had folks who were in the first cohort of this program who were in those positions and really benefited from the legal knowledge and skills that this program was able to provide. If you see right here, the key highlights of it are that you'll get 5 courses, and they're, I wouldn't say law school, full law school courses, right? But they're for working professionals. They're each of them are around 5 weeks long, and that you meet once or twice a week for a total of 6 sessions. And so it is really about being accessible for folks who are already working, have a lot of busy things on their schedule already. In addition, there's one-on-one guided mentorship, which was a real plus of the program last year. So we're doing our absolute best to get one-on-one mentors for everyone who joins this program. We do our best to match based on interest, based on field, but we have some incredible HR directors from around the Los Angeles area and beyond who are donating their time to have at least monthly check-ins with every participant in the program. So that's a real big benefit. We have on-campus and online networking events, which I'll describe in a few minutes. There's some career advising and a career advising event. There will be some special lectures. And at the end of the program, you receive a UCLA School of Law Certificate of Participation, which I know a lot of people put on their LinkedIn. It's also, we're just going to keep growing this network because of the success of the first year. So here is just a view of what to expect in this program as we get started in March. This will be the second full cohort, full year of doing the program. And we had just such great feedback from the around 45 participants that were in this program for year one. We're bringing back all 4 of the original professors who will be teaching their courses, which are really synthesized versions of direct law school courses about topics pertaining to HR and the law. And so you'll start with an intro to employment law from lecturer in law Andrew Hogg, who's a partner at Fisher and Phillips. And I've just got onboarded and met all these professors. They're amazing. And so he's really experienced, gives you that foundation in the basics of employment law federally and at the state level. So as an HR professional, really having that edge in understanding all this law is really positive. This is actually, one of the most popular courses is with Vice Dean and Professor Russell Korobkin, and that is going to be actually in person, April 11th and 12th on campus. And so this is negotiations. And so Professor Korobkin literally wrote the book on negotiations law and is just someone who's so respected in the field. He's also a really important person for our Master of Legal Studies and Executive Education programs. And so, wonderful person, great lecturer. People really adore him and learning about negotiation. You'll have Joey Fishkin, who is a professor, very coveted to learn from Joey. He's amazing at constitutional law, expert in employment law, and his focus on employment discrimination. For me, I myself, a civil rights type attorney, I love learning about sort of all of the anti-discrimination laws that are on the books that can really help us, especially in the HR field. We have Professor Beth Burke, who has her own consulting firm, and she talks about a course that is actually, when I talked to her last, this course is really one that is not the most attractive from like a title standpoint, but one that's one of the most practical courses in terms of giving those skills about wage and hour law and talking about when HR professionals and organizations don't know the laws around wage and hour law. That's how you can get slapped with major fines, major issues. So having that course under your belt is great. And then I will be leading a course called Special Topics in HR. And so we'll have panelists, and each week we'll learn from new guest speakers across a number of different HR related fields. Any questions about just what to expect in terms of these 5 courses? The dates are there as well, and we're happy to share all this. It's online too. I want to welcome, I think there are 1 or 2 people came in too. We're just doing a quick little summary of what to expect in the Pathways to HR program, and then we'll have a Q&A. We'll do a Q&A after in a few slides, but that's what to expect with the courses.
Jeremy, just a quick question. These you may have mentioned it, but sorry, I am multitasking.
Oh, it's
Are
okay.
the courses 3 and 4 well actually 2, 3, and 4, and 5, are they weekly?
Yes, great question.
Okay.
So last year, all of the courses were weekly. This year, we changed a little bit. So instead of each of the courses being 6 weeks weekly, we're going to do the first week of the 5 now. 5 weeks is going to be meeting twice in that first week, just to get
Okay.
the momentum going and also kind of shorten and give people a little rest and break throughout the grind of the whole of, it's not a grind, but the potential, when you're in course 4 or 5.
Course.
Yeah, that's what some of the feedback we received. So, yeah, it's mostly weekly, and that first week in each course is going to be meeting twice.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Cool. All right, special lectures and networking events. So, there are going to be lectures and panels on topics like strategic and organizational leadership, engaging employees, diversity, equity, inclusion, and more. And so we'll also be able to do some surveying with the cohort once people are registered to get a sense of what might be the most important topics that we could line up special lectures and panels, especially that special topics in HR, which will be the last course. We'll do our absolute best to get the best people to give those guest lectures and connect with us. Here are some things that you get with the program too. There are 3 events, 2 in person and 1 online. The first one is on that first in person, that only in person weekend that is around the negotiations course in April. And so we're going to have a networking event that is a happy hour, and it's going to be a lot of fun on the Saturday of the 11th of April. Then we have another networking and on-campus event if you can make it. Again, these are optional, where we'll have a guest speaker and another nice little happy hour-ish networking event on May 2nd on a Friday. And then in June, the end of June, we're going to have an online career advising event. And so this is an ability to connect with your colleagues in the course, the mentors in the course. We can have some lectures and attorneys there, connect with peers, share insights, and cultivate industry relationships. So this is last year. These were just a assortment. This is just some of the former Pathways mentors, and you can check out all the fields that we have HR directors from, folks who are going to be partnered with participants in the program, people across many different fields, from restaurant groups to travel zoo to sort of global HR leaders, folks in universities. So we do our best to connect with interest and what people are most interested in. So a lot of these folks are already coming back, not all of them, and then we're also recruiting and connecting with additional mentors right now. And we're almost done. This is just sort of, so why UCLA School of Law, right? Why executive education here? Well, UCLA School of Law is the #1 law school in Southern California. It's the #1 most applied to university in the entire nation. And as of right now, the rankings are that UCLA School of Law is number 12 nationwide, usually always in the top 15. We're really excited about expanding executive education because of access, right? A lot of it is I went to law school myself, and a lot of it is you either have to commit to getting a JD. We have a master's in legal studies program that is amazing for non-attorneys to understand the law. But then between that, these executive education programs like this one, we feel like fit an amazing need to help people advance in their careers, learn about the law directly from professors, and again, advance their careers without as much of that time and monetary commitment. And so we're excited to be able to offer this again. And then here are some details about the financials. So right now, there is no application fee to apply. So there's really nothing stopping folks from just applying. We usually get back to folks in about a week around like acceptance within the program. It's really just a quick application with a few paragraphs of, why you want to join the program, how it advance your career, submitting your resume and cover letter. And then these are the deadlines. The early application deadline is February. So you're really getting, if you're really interested, we're happy to answer tons of questions even after this. But you'd be getting in early. We really do expect this to be full at some point, January and February. So getting in early would be great. Those are the deadlines. And then the payment plans. So we have a discount for government, nonprofit, and university folks. So if you work in government, nonprofit, university, the rate is down there, 4,000. And for everyone else, it's 5,500. We will be releasing some details about, I think, potential few scholarships in the coming weeks, but this is the details around the cost. And that is it.